oh, I feel crazy. I got cotton mouth. I'm dizzy. I got a headache. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am Chrissy and we are on week 5. So you guys, my allergies and everything is just horrible right now. Forgive me. If you are new to my channel, I was over 250 pounds and I lost that naturally. I lost about 60 pounds in 6 months. And during the course of just losing focus on myself and stopping, not doing the things that I did once to lose that weight, like I said, just losing focus on myself, I have regained that weight back. And so now I'm in the process of losing that weight again. On this channel, I focus more on insulin resistance, PCOS, and pre-diabetes. And I talk a lot about stabilizing the blood sugar, stabilizing your insulin, and starting to heal. I don't know the different words that YouTube allowed me to use, but starting to correct those things that have us inflamed and have our hormones out of control. So that's a little bit of an intro about me. Like I said, you guys, my allergies are off the hook right now. So this is actually going to be a short video. I know I always say that, but this is definitely going to be a short video. And so, like I said, it is week 5. So if you haven't seen the other weeks, make sure that you go back and watch the other weeks. So how much do I weigh this week, you guys? Drum roll. I always do the measurements first to get them out the way because I know that's what people come here for. So drum roll, please. How much do I weigh after a week's time? This is my weigh-in, December 7th, that I weighed in. So that's 1 week from my last weigh-in, which was December 1st. I currently weigh 217.4 pounds. Yay! So that is a total weight loss of like over 2 pounds, because I think I was 119 and some change. I don't know. I'll put my different weigh-ins somewhere on the screen so you guys can see. So yes, I'm currently 217.4 pounds. So that's over a 2 pound weight loss within a week. My BMI is currently, I have everything on my phone, you guys, on this scale that I have. My BMI is 37.1. That is still way too high. They said the standard range is about 18.5 to 25. My body fat percentage is 49.3. That's still like extremely too high. Standard range is between a 19 and a 27. But guys, when I started, my body fat percentage was like over 50%. So I've lost several percentages of body fat. Let's see. My visceral fats is 13.6, which it is coming down so much, you guys. At first it was like a 14 and up, which is way too high. Now I'm getting into like the high range. It's going down. A standard range is below 9 and below. So I'm trying to get to that. Skeletal muscle is 34.9%. So my skeletal muscle have went up. I am in the standard range. The standard range of a skeletal muscle is between 30 and 50% as to what this is. And before it was low. I think I started off at 30%. But then over the course of, I've lost now 12 pounds so far within a month and a week. So within 37 days, I have lost 12 pounds, and my skeletal muscle was actually lower than what it is now. So it's been raising every single time. And right now I'm currently 37 years old, but it has me at an age of 42. So I cannot wait until I get that to be lower. I remember the time when I was like 260 pounds. It used to have me at an age of like 48. So, I mean, I guess I can't be too upset, because at least now it has me at an age of 42. So you guys, I didn't make my notes for this week, but I do have the outlines from last week. So I'm just gonna go through with kind of what it's saying, answer off, you know, real time, not thinking about it, real time of answering these questions. So what changed? What changed the week, you know, within this week is, for one, I came on my menstrual. I think I would have lost a lot more weight had I not came on my menstrual. But with that, like, my hormones have been out of control, you guys. If you remember last week, I was telling you with Thanksgiving week, with just how I was eating, I thought that I was going to come on my menstrual, but I didn't. Well, this week I did come on my menstrual. And so, like I said, hormones out of control, but I really try to stay like good. I really try to stay good. And I had cravings, but it wasn't like extreme cravings. And then also, my menstrual wasn't as heavy as it usually is. Like, it was lighter, and I actually didn't have any cramps. I had 0 cramps, and usually I'm like in the bed with a heating pad. I had to take my ibuprofen, like pain medicine, all of this, you know, stuff, and I didn't have to do that. So that's a good thing. What I ate this week is kind of different from what I normally eat week to week, but I still lost over 2 pounds, and I'm averaging losing over 2 pounds every single week. So why I say it was different is because I really had to eat for like that would satisfy my cravings, not what I wanted, but that would satisfy my cravings. For instance, you know, like when it's that time, we love our chocolate. Like, we love our chocolate. Instead of like going and like getting something like I wanted a piece of lava cake, but I knew that did not fit my goals, and that just does not fit the person who I am stepping into and my highest self. And so I did get like some sugar-free chocolate. I also made me like a vegan like protein hot chocolate. So it was half oat milk, half a vegan chocolate protein shake, and then I warmed that up in the microwave. And when I tell you, it was so good, so soothing, like it just made me want to take a nap every time I would drink it. And that's really a staple. During this whole time on my menstrual, like I said, just came up with this kind of idea, and I've had it every single day. So it's definitely calmed down cravings. I also was like craving like, you know, noodles and pasta and bread and things like that. I actually discovered I wanted some Alfredo so bad. I'm like, I want some noodles, I want some Alfredo. And now hear me out. I had some vegan chicken in my freezer. And I'm like, I really don't feel like any meat. Like, I don't feel like any meat. I'ma just do like a low carb or keto version. I'ma just use the vegan chicken, and then I'ma just use the dairy-free like Alfredo sauce, like from another vegan item that I had. And I'm like, I'm gonna put some peppers in it and all of this, and it's gonna give me like a low carb meatless. I'm not vegan, but I try to give my digestive system a little bit of, you know, breathing room, and hopefully it satisfies this Alfredo like thing that I'm having. So I cooked it, and you guys, the vegan chicken, when I bit into it, I was like, oh, this reminds me of like an al dente noodle. Wow. So I was shook. And so the next day I end up having it like with some ground lamb I put in there with some tomato sauce and all kind of stuff. And so now I use vegan chicken as a noodle substitute. And it's a real noodle like texture. It put me in a mind of a penne noodle. And like I said, it satisfied that craving for me wanting to go get some Alfredo or eat something that was like heavy in carb. So that's some different things like that I was eating. Other than that, I stay a protein that I know that does not inflame me. So you guys know that I've cut chicken, I've cut Well, let me say this. I cut beef and I'm supposed to stay cutting beef, but can we be real on this channel? I end up making me some ribeye steak. And I'm thinking, okay, well, ribeye steak is not ground beef, so it may be better because it's a better quality of meat and not ground beef. This is what I'm saying to myself in my head. No, you guys, like, I'm still getting over the inflammation, and I've cut eating that probably it's been like 2 days now, and my body is still, my eyes are still draining. My body is still getting over the inflammation from me eating that steak. And so I put the steak away. I end up getting me some lamb chops. You guys know I usually, like, everything is lamb or turkey, or the meats that I eat right now. And I was so sad because it's like, now I can't go to like a steakhouse and order a steak. My body does not like it. Now, your body might like it, but my body didn't like it. But that did cost me the next day, like for 2 days, because let me slow down. I made 2 ribeye steaks, you guys. One, I split up and I gave it to my children. The other one, I'm like, okay, I could split this in thirds and I could have it for 3 days in a row, because I can't consume a whole ribeye steak. So I ate it, and then the next day that I got on the scale, because I weigh myself every single day, and this is not, like, if you look at any of my past videos, I say stay off the scale. The scale is dangerous. Anything you've heard about the scale, I am an advocate of that. I believe in that, especially if you are a person who the weight depresses you. But I'm using the weight right now as data. I've really changed my mindset about a lot of different things. And so the weight going up does mean something. It means water retention. It means inflammation. It does mean something. And so I noticed 2 days of me eating the steak, I gained weight. I gained, some ounces every single day. And I got up to like 218 point something. And I said, you know what? The next day, I'm not going to eat any steak, and I'm going to weigh myself the next morning. I'm going to go back to eating lamb and turkey and what I eat. Like, I didn't like fast or say I'm going on a water cleanse. I didn't do anything as far as drastic. I just stepped right back into, regular programming. And the next day, which was my weigh-in day, I was 217.4. So I had lost over a pound in a day, because I think it was like 218.8 or something like that. And then, like I said, the next day, which was my weigh-in day, was 217.4. So I lost like over a pound, almost 2 pounds overnight. And that was literally just due to inflammation and me not having something that inflames me. Now, had I been like, okay, it's a little bit of steak left, I'm just going ahead and eat it because maybe it's just water weight or whatever the case is, then the scale I would have came back this week and told you guys that I didn't lose any weight, that the scale is still the same, that I'm in a stall or whatever the case is. And what I'm starting to realize, even watching like what I eat in a day videos, a lot of what I eat in a day videos, and I see people who are having a stall, most of those people who say they're having a stall are the same people who say they don't get on the scale every single day. And so you literally don't know what you are consuming that's changing your weight day to day. And weight is everything. Weight is muscle, weight is water, weight is fat. So you don't know what is changing the weight is inflammation. So those are the 4 things: water, fat, muscle, and inflammation. And if you don't weigh yourself every single day, you don't know what is causing what. And so today I got on the scale. Like I said, that 217 was the weigh-in day. Today, transparency, I got on the scale and I was back 218. And I'm like, I'll, call my best friend, ChatGPT, like, what's up? Like, I'm 218, what's going on? Like, everything is still regular programming. I'm not eating anything, that I'm not supposed to be. And ChatGPT was just pretty much like, girl, but how you feeling? Like, how you feeling? What's some different things you feeling like? And I'm like, well, one thing I feel is I'm extremely, extremely thirsty. Like, I got cotton mouth. My mouth is so dry. And I was extremely thirsty the night before, thirsty to the point where I couldn't even bend over to like plug up my charger, because anytime I like did my head down, it felt like I was going to like, you know, like my head just started hurting real bad. So I had a headache. So I did take an electrolyte, because I take an electrolyte every other day. I took an electrolyte, and when I got up, the headache was gone, but I had extreme cotton mouth, and I was just so thirsty, like thirsty to not the point that I need water, because I drink about a gallon of water a day. But like, you guys know the feeling if you had it before. And my girl, you know, my girl chat was like, that's low sodium, like you dehydrated, you need some electrolytes. And so I'm like, but I had an electrolyte. So I goes and I said, okay, well, today I'm gonna go ahead and get me a liquid IV. Also, last night I was craving. I'm like, man, I was craving like salty, you know, carby stuff. And I end up drinking an electrolyte, and then my craving stopped. And so that's the thing with cravings too. People like vilify cravings, but cravings actually tell you what your body is like lacking and need. Like, you're having that craving for a reason, and it may not be, oh, I'm craving McDonald's, so let me go get McDonald's. But what does McDonald's have in it? Maybe it has sugar, salt, fat. It has something in it, you know, that your body is craving outside of just it being a dopamine hit. Or you might be like, I'm about to go and get some McDonald's fries, I'm about to tell them extra salt. And you like, why are you doing this? Because your body probably needs an electrolyte. Electrolytes are sodium. So today I went, like this morning, it was like, so before you eat anything, like step one, go ahead and drink you an electrolyte. So I said, I'm gonna grab my liquid IV. So for the past few days, I've been doing another company's electrolyte. I don't really want to say their name, because I don't want to like say it was that electrolyte or whatever that caused it, because that's not the issue. When I put my liquid IV, that's like $10 for what, 5 packs or something like that, up to the other electrolyte that you get 10 packs and it's only like $2. When I looked at the nutritional facts, for one, the liquid IV had 15 calories. This one had 0 calories. The liquid IV had 5 carbs. This one had 2 carbs. And the liquid IV had like 500 and something of sodium, which is salt, which is what my body needs. And the other one only had 200 and something of sodium. And so, yes, it's giving me sodium, but it's not giving me enough based off me walking, my movement, how much water I'm drinking, how my body needs to process, because the other thing was maybe TMI, but I've been constipated. And I've been constipated since I've really been drinking this and not my liquid IV, because I'm like, hey, if I can get like something that's less expensive, because liquid IV start adding up, and if I'm drinking one every other day, like I'm going through them like this, so let me get a cheaper option or whatever. And so cheap ain't always best. And so I had my liquid IV, and I feel fine. Like, I've had some water, but like I'm not thirsty. I don't feel like cotton mouth or anything like that. I feel regular. And so now I know, yeah, you can try something, but it didn't really hit me until me trying and doing this now, like I said, for like 4 days. It wasn't enough for me to do it every other day. If I was to have that electrolyte, that's one that I need to take every single day or twice a day. And so I would have to, because then the specs would be the same as the liquid IV. So then I would have to do the numbers, like, is that cost effective, you know, for me to do 2 every single day? Like, is it still cheaper than just going ahead and getting a box of liquid IV? my phone went dead, you guys. I would have to do the numbers and see, but it probably averages out to be about the same. So I might as well just stick with the liquid IV. So I'm back to sugar-free liquid IV. And this is like listening to your body and trying something. Listening to your body and trying something. You have to keep on doing it. And I call it the top method. Like, I've been saying this for over a year. I call it the top method, and it's called test, observe, and pivot. And so test this thing out. I learned about this other electrolyte from another person who talk about weight loss, and I'm like, oh yeah, let me try it. Like, it's doing good for them. Let me test it. So I tried it. My liquid IV was up, in the cabinet. I paused that and I tried this thing and gave this thing a full shot, so I knew exactly if it was a good replacement. I have not experienced headaches in I don't know how long. So when I was having the headache and I was dizzy and all that stuff, I actually ended up taking me ibuprofen last night because I thought it was just something that had to do with maybe my menstrual. But I'm just like, because I know I take iron, that's also, I was going to say why I had my ribeye steak is because when I'm on my cycle, my iron drops. I have to take iron, but iron is in red meats. And so like my body be craving that beef. But yeah, so I gave it a full try and I observed that, I feel crazy. I got cotton mouth. I'm dizzy. I got a headache. This ain't giving me enough sodium. And so I always see people like say, look on the back and see how much sodium is. You guys, when it comes to electrolyte, you want an electrolyte that has higher sodium. Definitely if you are drinking a gallon of water a day and you are doing your movement. Like, I believe in movement, not exercise. And so like during, this week, I think one day I did like 12,000 steps. That's like 4 miles or more. Plus I'm drinking a gallon of water a day. So yes, I need some electrolytes. My body is burning. And so always test, observe your body, listen to your body. Don't just count something off as something else and then pivot. Now my pivot is my liquid IV. Like, if they go up in prices, got to keep on buying it. Like, it's in the budget. If I was taking a GLP-1 injection and not activating my natural GLP-1, I would have to be purchasing that shot. I would be having to purchase memberships and to talk to people and, to doctors and all kind of stuff. I will be spending $300 plus, $500 plus a month just for the injection and to speak with someone. That doesn't even count the foods and the different things that I would have to start buying. And so now if I'm using that money that would have been if I was getting an injection to my food, then that's how I look at it. Like, I'm doing this 100% natural. Let me get my book so I can stay on task, you guys, because I'll start rambling. So those was like some main changes, I think, in food, in recognizing what's going on, and just pivoting. And like I said, listening to my body. So we talked about like what foods inflame me. You guys know I always say that. So now ribeye steak, now I know that it's beef. It's the whole beef category. It's the whole beef family. I can't do it. Excuse me. This is my notes because I say on tags, you guys. Sorry. So and then like what made me sick. I always try to say like what made me sick. What made me sick was not having enough electrolyte. Thinking that I can have that electrolyte that I chose, just because it says sugar free. I didn't look on the back to really measure against like the nutritional facts, and I didn't really understand the nutritional facts when it comes to my body, and my body needs more sodium. And so not having enough, I made myself sick. And like during this whole time I've been like fatigued and all of this stuff. That is all signs of dehydration. So even though I was drinking enough water, I was still dehydrated because my cells were actually not taking in the water. Sorry you guys, I'm just looking down on my notes. So I always talk about like my bowel movements. Like I said, I've been was constipated, but since I drank the liquid IV and been drinking water and all of that stuff, I could tell things are going to be back normal. Let's see. Sorry guys. Mindset shifts. Because I always like to talk about mindset shifts. And with this time around, yes, I did once lose 60 pounds in 6 months. And that was just not too long ago. And I thought that it was a diet. I thought that it was like something temporary. I think the word in moderation is used way too loosely in, you know, the health community. I feel like moderation is like once or twice a quarter. When before, on my first time around, I thought that moderation was like once a week, which is amazing if you are just starting out. Once a week is amazing. But if you are gaining weight back, or if you've lost a significant amount of weight and like now this is like you getting back refocused, moderation is once every quarter. Moderation may not ever. Moderation may just be a bite of something, because it literally has to be a lifestyle change. Like my lifestyle change is now looking at how much sugar I'm consuming. That is a lifestyle change. My lifestyle change now is avoiding things that inflame me, avoiding dairy, avoiding red meat, avoiding, you know, all of these different foods, eggs, all of these different foods that inflame and cause inflammation of my body. This is the way that I have to do things. This is my new normal. And I was watching a video and I was reading through the comments, because I love a good comment section. And I was reading through the comments, and it was the video, the girl was shopping low carb. She was doing her low carb shopping. And in the comments, somebody said, you've lost all your weight. Like, you're at your goal weight now. You don't have to always eat low carb. Like, you could start back eating regular now. Like, low carb helped you lose all your weight, but now you could start back eating regular. Like, I don't understand, why are you still shopping low carb? And I don't know if that person has lost weight. That person probably has not lost weight. Has not lost a drastic amount of weight and started to regain their weight. Because if that's the truth, that's not the truth. The truth is, whatever you are choosing to do now, you have to stick to doing. And so people who are doing like these drastic cleanses, who are cutting their calories down to 800 and like this extreme stuff, are you okay to do this for the rest of your life? And cutting your calories down low is eventually maybe start to make you have different organ failure, because your organs need a certain amount of calories to function the way they need to function. So are you okay with getting yourself extremely, extremely ill? It may not happen today. It may not happen next year. But if you constantly keep on harming your body, like, because you're not giving it all what it needs, you're not loving your body in the best way, are you okay with giving yourself an illness? And so the people who are doing things extreme, you have to understand, you have to stick to doing these things now for the rest of your life, or you will gain back the weight. With the exception of, you have to up your exercising 10 times the amount that you're exercising. So now I don't exercise. I walk. I do my laundry in the house. I walk my dog. You know, I do everyday movement. I'm talking on the phone while I'm walking. Like, I haven't stepped foot in the gym. I haven't stepped foot in nothing to work out. But I've lost now 12 pounds in 30 days, 100% naturally. And I still eat 3 meals a day and snacks. I still eat good food. Like, but it's just what I'm eating. It's me understanding that, okay, if I cook at home, I know exactly what's in it. I haven't ate out at a restaurant. That's one thing. I haven't ate out at a restaurant. I've been cooking all my food at home. What do I like? Okay, I cook it at home and I make sure that it's low carb and I make sure that it's low to no sugar. I'm about to make what they made, but I'm about to make the same thing. Not the same exact thing. I'm about to make mine low carb and 0 to no sugar. And like I said, and now we're just eating more healthily, like more, now I focus more on a Mediterranean diet. Like, I don't even want a lot of like standard American foods. I want things that are flavorful, colorful, have different sauces and hummus and textures, and like, I don't want something that's just like a noodle with some sauce on it. I want stuff with like peppers and onions and this and that and sauces and creams and goulashes. I don't even know if that is meant to go there, but you get what I'm saying? Like, I want something with some added flavor to it. But the reality is, no, that person video who I was watching, she lost extremely amounts of weight. She's actually on a GLP-1, but she still eats lower carb. And if one day she decides she wants to get off of it, she needs to know that her lifestyle is still lower carb. And so that person that's in that comment section does not know that, no, you cannot go back to eating carb heavy meals. Whatever you choose needs to be your lifestyle. It needs to be the way you do things, like 90% of the time, 95% of the time. The other stuff is sprinkled in. Like, you guys know, I live by the 80-20%, do something 80% and the 20% live free. I feel like at this stage, especially if you gained your weight back, this needs to be a lifestyle change. Don't be going on no more fast. Don't be going on no more super restrictive diet. Don't be going on no keto if you know you can, like, don't be doing all that. Like, stop counting your calories. Stop counting. I don't count calories. I haven't counted. I don't know how many calories I consume a day. I do not count calories because I don't want to count calories for the rest of my life. And just because I only want to eat 1,500 calories, if that was the case, but I probably eat more than that. Just because I want to eat 1,500 calories, my body to that day may need 800 calories. 1,800 calories. I don't know what's going on in my body and how it's working, or my body needs less calories. I listen to what's going on. But if you're forcing yourself to eat because, it says I need to have 2,300 calories. So now literally you're full. You feel satisfied. You don't have an appetite. But when you're doing this naturally, because I know people who are on GLP-1s and stuff like that, like, it takes away their appetite sensors. But you're doing this 100% naturally, so you still do have an appetite. But you have ate till you're satisfied and you don't have an appetite, but you look on your phone and it says, oh crap, you still are under, you got 400 calories that you still haven't consumed today that's still there. You need to eat those 400 calories. And then you go downstairs and you push your body past the 400 calories. Push your body to eat those 400 calories. You are messing up your fullness sensors. Like, you're messing up your fullness and your hunger cues. You want to then listen to that and be like, no, I'm satisfied. Like, or the opposite, your calories say that you're supposed to eat 2,000 calories a day, let's say. and you like, man, I am hungry. Like, I am really hungry. Like, I'm hungry, but like I already ate 2,000 calories. And so now you end up eating something else. You either don't eat and like you can't hardly go to sleep because you're tossing and turning all night. Or you do eat and you feel guilty of a day that you missed the mark on your calories. Like, crap, I went over my calories again today. And you feel guilty about it. And then you try to make up for it. And then you don't eat, try to not eat the next day, which only lasts about, a few hours in or maybe half a day. And then you open the refrigerator and you start eating everything in sight. Like you're setting yourself up for a binge. That's not what you want to do either. Like, because your body can literally say, hey, we need more food. You don't know how much you burnt that day. You can have I have fitness watches and phones and stuff like that that's constantly saying, oh, you burnt this many calories, you burnt this many calories. Though that stuff is not real. That stuff be off. Like it doesn't really know, it's not really in your body. Unless you have like something inserted into your body that's really counting like everything you're doing, like how they have the experiments where they put all this stuff up to, stick all over your body and you on the treadmill and it's showing the scan. Unless that's going on, you really don't know how much you're burning. You don't know you on your cycle. You don't know how your body is burning calories because maybe your cortisol is raised up or your cortisol is stable this day. So now you're burning more calories. You don't know how your body is burning these calories based off your hormones. And so that's the thing. Like I said, I deal with undiagnosed PCOS. I was once diagnosed with pre-diabetes. I'm not pre-diabetic anymore, but I deal with insulin resistance and a lot of autoimmune diseases or disorders. And one being like inflammation. You guys see my eyes. And with that, is our hormones are so out of whack. That's why it's so much harder for us to lose weight, because it's literally not about just what you're eating. It's not about how many calories you ate for the day. It's not about how you exercise. You can exercise too much. Like I watched this other lady's video, and she's been in a stall, I think, for like 5 months. And she was like, it's so crazy because I've been in a stall and it showed that I gained fat, but like I work out so much. I have so much more of a healthier movement lifestyle than I had when I wasn't doing anything and was losing weight. And people don't understand that when you have imbalanced hormones, when you work out a lot, you put your body up underneath stress. Even though you feel like it's healthy stress, it's still stress, and it raises your cortisol levels, which in return makes it damn near impossible for you to lose weight. And so now, instead of when you eat stuff and you're eating healthily like you were doing when you were losing the weight and you were calm and peaceful, you eat the same thing and your body automatically turns that into fat. Your hormones are so out of whack. It's reading food wrong. It's reading your exercise wrong. It's reading how many calories you're burning wrong. It's causing so much inflammation of your body. Like, this is, what goes on. And so, like, you guys, like I said, this is gonna be a quick video for today. I don't even know what else like that I had to say, but that's something that I've, like I said, just watching the weight loss and health community and just seeing the things that are like, oh, they can do this better, not because I know what's right and what's wrong, is because I've been through that. I had a personal trainer. I was in the gym, and I gained weight. My muscles were so tight. I had 2 emergency room visits. all of this stuff like heavy lifting, body recomp. I had turned into a gym girly. Like I said, I lost over 60 pounds, but I did that without ever stepping foot in the gym. People were like, yeah, you need to really start getting, into the gym. You need to get you a personal trainer. I thought you were like so much into your health journey, but you obviously are not, because if you was into your health journey, you wouldn't just be walking, like you would be going to the gym, like really show that you're really doing it. Listening to people and not stepping into my truest self. And so that's why I said this time around, it's personal. It's different for me. It's 100% different for me. I don't feel like I need to prove or validate what anybody else is saying. Like now, me stepping foot into that gym caused me to gain weight, not know how to control anything, not know how to stabilize anything, and gain back 30 pounds. And now I'm in the process of losing that weight back, and guess what I'm doing? I'm going back to the basics of what I know. Not what somebody is telling me who either ain't lost weight or they didn't lost weight because they fasted for, 10 days at a time and all this kind of like extreme stuff. No, I'm doing what works for me, and being healthy or being whatever may look different from other people. And so even when you're on your journey, like, don't listen to the naysayers. Like, especially if you've lost weight before, you know what you were doing. If you came across my channel, it's probably because I'm saying things that you did too. Like, you know what you did to lose that weight, and it worked. And you don't have to listen to somebody saying you're healthy, but you're not healthy enough. You're fit, but you're not fit enough. You say you're into this, but you're not into it enough, because if you were, you would be doing this, that, and that, and that. Let them people continue to talk, and you continue to lose your weight again and again and again and again. Even if this is your second, third, fourth time having to re-lose some of the weight that you didn't gain. Oh well, like, this is your journey and it's personal. But yeah, so we still so up and coming, you guys. I still have the goal to hit 209. That's still my next goal, to hit 209, and then after that, I want to hit the 200s, but I want to at least get out of, the teens and all of that. So we're slowly ticking down to it, and over 2 pounds a week is what I'm losing, and I'm gaining muscle. So that tells me that I'm losing body fat, which this is the most perfect way to lose weight. If you can lose body fat and gain muscle, eat in a way that's sustainable, that you can have as a lifestyle change, and you could do it for the rest of your life, and you do not feel like you're missing out on anything, and it's not stressful, and the time passes by so quick. That's about the most perfect combination you can get when it comes to a health journey or a weight loss journey. So I hope this video helps. If there's anything else you need to know. Oh, you guys, I hope you didn't click off, because I'm that person who like, hold on, girl, before you hang up, let me tell you something. We did not do how my body look now. So let me get up so you guys can see how my body looks now for today with the 2 pounds. And I'll put like a side by side so you can see kind of where I started, how it look now, and you can tell me what it do. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, so this is how we look now, you guys. I already ate. It's evening time, but this is my body now, my stomach. So I don't know if you guys can tell, my stomach got smaller. Let me tuck my shirt in. I can't tell if my stomach got smaller or not. This is my arms. I think my arms seem like they've been getting smaller. I don't know if that's just in my head, but it do seem like my arms are getting smaller. Here go my side. So that is all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, hopefully we'll be another 2 pounds down or more. But if not, like, we just gotta stay patient and keep on going. But until next time, you guys, I love you. Bye.